Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence and welcome back to another video. And in today's Cephalabon contributor video, we're going to be diving into Navitus Parfums. This is one of the newest releases. It's called Eau Debonaire. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance to let you know how it performs on my skin and also let you know about a very special giveaway, so make sure to stay tuned. Before I begin today's video and I tell you all about Eau Debonaire, one of the three newest releases by Navitus Parfums, and I tell you about the giveaway, the performance, comparisons, the smell, the evolution, all that good stuff, I do want to start things off by mentioning that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to hit that bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if you took something of value from today's episode. Now, if you are interested in entering for your chance to win a full-size bottle of Eau Debonaire by Navitus Parfums, all you have to do is shoot on over to cephalabon.com. It's going to be the first link in the description box. Make sure to read through the article, and after you've become a registered reader, just leave a comment on the article and you'll be automatically entered to win. It's actually a really easy process. Just make sure to check back to the article or to cephalabon.com, I should say, on the date that is specified in the article so you know if you're the lucky winner. Good luck. I hope you do well, and I will not be announcing the winner on this YouTube page, but you have to go to Cephalabon, so just be mindful of that. So of course, the creative director for this fragrance is Darian Hill, otherwise known as the Bowtie Fragrance Guy here on YouTube, and he's worked with Navitus Parfums in the past, and he has made fragrances like Lyric, Serenade, and then of course the three most recent releases are Sartorial Nuit, Eau Debonaire, and Divine Aphrodisiac, which is a really interesting gourmand peanut butter and vetiver fragrance. Well, today we're talking about a lavender-based fragrance, and this one was composed by Julien Rasconnais, such an amazing perfumer. He has done a few fragrances for the house of Navitus Parfums already, including Lyric, if I'm remembering correctly, as well as Crème Impériale and Champagne Royal. And here we have the most recent installment. This one has lavender in it. There's lavender, there's jasmine, there's tuberose, there's a lot of citrus, and then in the base you have this mix of benzoin and ambroxan. So it's a really classy and long-lasting fragrance. I'm excited to give you my thoughts in terms of how it did on my skin. Let's go ahead and start things off with the presentation. Now, every purchase of a Navitus Parfums fragrance does have one of these cards that comes on the inside. It gives credit to the perfumer, the creative director, and it also has all of the notes on here with the country of origin. So for this particular fragrance, you can find Sicilian bergamot, pink pepper, Italian petitgrain, you have Indian jasmine sambac absolute, tuberose, orange flower, French lavender, and then in the base you have ambroxan, siam benzoin, silky musk accord, and oak moss. Now the first thing that you're going to notice about this fragrance are all of the citrus fruits. This opens up very bright, very lively. You definitely have a little bit of that petitgrain, which has some woodsy nuances to it as well. You have this sort of lemony bergamot petitgrain kind of an introduction. Very fresh, very office safe, and very casual and easy to wear while still having an aura of professionalism about it. So I like how it is versatile in that regards. It's kind of a Swiss Army knife fragrance. You can wear it dressed up, dressed down. You can also wear this one in the autumn as well, just because of the benzoin and the oak moss and some of these other heavier ingredients that are lingering in the base. So it's not just a spring and summer scent. You can pull this one off very comfortably in the autumn as well. Now, secondary to that citrus heart, which comes in quite strongly in the opening, and I personally love that. I love citrus and fragrances. It just makes you smell clean, well groomed. It's so fresh, it's compliment worthy. And the heart is really where you have that mix of floral ingredients, and I can't comfortably say that one is stronger than the other. Perhaps the orange blossom is the strongest, and then behind that is the tuberose and jasmine combination. But what you're going to get more than anything, or it's not fair to say that, what I got more than anything was the lavender. So you are going to get a lot of lavender in the heart, and it's French lavender, absolute. And the lavender just makes it smell very clean, very polished. It adds that gentlemanly characteristic to the fragrance, and I personally love that combination of citrus and lavender. Even though it's one that's been done in several fragrances in the past, it just has this really nice, welcoming aura about it. And I like that that floral bouquet is enhanced through the tuberose and the jasmine and the orange blossom. So it has that zesty, orangey warmth alongside the lavender that smells very classy, very elegant, and classic, right? There's a way to smell classic without smelling dated. And with a couple of the ingredients in here, like the lavender and the oak moss, right? You think to yourself, is this going to allude to some of the older fragrances, you know, going back to the 70s or 80s, those powerhouse types of fragrances? It doesn't, right? There are some other fragrances by Navitus Parfums, like Lavender, for example. Very polished lavender with some spices and vanilla absolute in the base. That one kind of has like an old school feel to it. I personally worked on that one. This one is far more modern. In the base, ambroxan, siam benzoin, silky musk accord, and oak moss. Now the musk is there, right? You do have those clean synthetic ingredients that allow this one to be very uplifting, very clean, very fresh. So the oak moss is in there, but it plays more of a secondary role. Now you do have this green quality in the base, and that also extends the life of the perfume. So for me, I don't get a whole lot of oak moss, but if you let this sit on your skin for 6-7 hours, then you'll notice the benzoin and the oak moss, and there is that residual warmth in the base, which is coming mainly from the benzoin. Now, overall, you have this really clean, really well-groomed, really nicely polished bergamot and citrus scent with some resolute ingredients in the base that will give you hours and hours of longevity. And as I smelled all three of these new releases, it's so hard to pick my favorite. They all have something exceptional going on about them. Sartorial Nui, I personally love. I get like a little bit of like an almondy flavor about it, a little sweet, little powdery, not too much. And I personally love that one, especially for like a romantic evening or even casual. This one I think is great for the office, very professional. If you're dressed up, shirt and tie, suit and tie, or maybe even like a really nice dress. It has this ethereal nature about it, but it's also long lasting. And then Divine Aphrodisiac is the cold weather beast. It has a peanut butter accord, it has some nutty facets, it has that vetiver in the base, which is kind of on the earthy side of things, but that gourmand appeal really heightens the senses and makes it such an intriguing fragrance. But Eau Debonaire, I personally really like this one, especially that play on words when it comes to the name Eau de, right? It means water of. And so Eau Debonaire is like that chic, you know, urbane, sort of a classy water, if you will. It's a really nice fragrance. I personally love it. And I'm very proud of Darian for releasing this fragrance. And of course, very proud of the perfumer as well. I think he's always doing an exceptional job. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, as far as I'm concerned, I've smelled a lot of other lavender-based fragrances. Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. There's Percival by Parfums de Marly. There is Legend by Montblanc. This smells like none of them. Totally does its own thing in terms of that lavender citrus combination with that ambroxan and musk base. Very unique, very well put together. I've smelled tons of fragrances. Can't really compare this to anything else on the market currently, or anything in my collection for that matter. Longevity on this one was about 8 hours on my skin. It is extrait de parfum, Projection on this one was great for the first hour and a half of application. It didn't even start to sit closer to like an elbow's length until about hour 5 or 6. Right around hours 8 or 9 is when it disappeared from the skin, pretty much becoming a skin scent. In terms of the versatility, I do think it leans a little bit masculine, and a lot of people will attest to that as well. However, I think it's perfectly unisex. Wear what you love and wear what makes you happy. This is great for dressed up or dressed down. I think the price is great enough that you can wear this one dressed down, especially given the promotion that is happening on the website currently. I think this one is great for every season except for the winter. That's when I would wear something like Divine Aphrodisiac or Exo Brandy or Arcanum or Virtus or one of those other heavier fragrances. And I think this one is great for anybody of any age. In terms of the presentation, some really nice touches. The atomizer, you've seen that on camera. I think it looks very luxurious. My final verdict is I think this is a great, uplifting, contemporary, compliment-getting lavender and citrus fragrance with some other fulfilling ingredients like the other florals and the benzoin and all these other ingredients. So I'm very happy to have this one in my collection. Very glad and blessed that this was added to the Navitus Parfums catalog. Darian and Julian, you both did an amazing job. And again, make sure to enter for your chance to win a bottle by going over to ceflabon.com. First link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Once more, hit the bell icon, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.